Setting me up to talk about this. I know that you and many other Black people know the answer, but it is something that I'm still processing and it hits me really hard in the gut. And so I want people to understand that I am answering the question, what do I know? I'm not speaking for anyone. Many commenters today have pointed out how many affluent Black towns have been created and destroyed throughout
That's crazy. The lady that braids my hair said that you could tell Kenyans by their forehead. And when I looked at them, I said, "Oh, that must be the Kenyan forehead she's talking about." And then I look up and it says Twins Hangout Kenya. The lady who braids my hair is from Mali. And I've never known that. I mean, I knew a few distinctive looking Kenyan guys, but never knew exactly why they looked distinct and different. But let's keep it moving.
United States history. And most non-Black people know about the Tulsa Massacre, Black Wall Street, Lake Lanier. But it was many Black towns.
That's
One
it? That's all you
commenter
know
said
about?
over 60. And it's not that some Black people sometimes were able to establish a successful community that accumulated wealth. It's that Black people were consistently able to go anywhere and together establish strong communities that accumulated wealth and had education systems and businesses and were thriving. And every time it happened, people destroyed them. And then as you progress through time, it becomes less acceptable to burn and flood and massacre entire towns. So again, you have
I read a book where there was a black store owner, just like grocery store owner, and he was getting more customers than the white grocery store owner up the street. White grocery store owner came to the black grocery store owner, killed him, and burned their shop down. And this was back, who knows what, the 1860s or something. I think it was in like Memphis or something. And of course, nothing happened. But we already knew that was going down. I mean, Ida B. Wells has like, I think it's Ida B. Wells. She has a whole book documenting the lynchings. I think that's where I got this story from, documenting the lynchings that happened over like a 50-year period. Couldn't read the whole thing because it was getting me upset. So I got through like the first 3 chapters.
have the passing of the Civil Rights Act in 1964, and the United States opens the door to Asian immigration in 1965. The United States has a long history of using immigrants to get in the way of Black people. And so I think that this system of using immigrant-owned businesses in Black communities is designed to siphon wealth away from Black communities. And another commenter asked me, why do I think that people are afraid of letting Black people build their communities and accumulate wealth and to thrive? And we see it so many times. It's because they fear revenge, because they know what they have done to Black people. But again, we have been told that if Black people wanted revenge, it would have happened already. That is not what they want. And I think that people think that the violence and exploitation and abuse of power that they have exacted upon Black people and all Black, brown, indigenous, and people of color is a universal human trait. And that if
we don't do
anybody
that.
has that wealth
That's
and
what,
power, then
that's
they
what they
would
did. That's not what people
return
do.
that
Normal
evil
people do
in
it.
kind. But it's not. It is specific to, and all Black people want is to be allowed to thrive and accumulate wealth and exist as other people have been allowed to do.
Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. In case you're new here, my name is Maren. And I'm Maureen. So in today's episode, we're going to be focusing on an Asian American creator.
Beautiful girls, but they just ain't got no eyebrows. I need to draw some eyebrows on, sweetie.
creator who focuses her content on sensitizing her community and the community at large about the Black American history. Right, and on this platform, she debunks a lot of things. Amongst them, she talks about why white people fear Black people's success and how Asian Americans have always been used as a tool of weapon against Black America. Right, so what's interesting about the video today is the comments she's going to be pinning in the video. So if you want to watch or read any of it, you can pause the video as it plays, right? So the comments she pins from palm-colored people who it's clear that they're being taught a different thing while growing up about Black people and how America came to exist. Right, and some of them cannot even digest that there are inventions in history that Black people were responsible for. But we don't want to talk a lot, guys. Let's just watch this video we put together for you, and then we come back and talk about it. You can let us know your thoughts and opinion on the comment section, and also consider subscribing if it's your first time here. Let's watch.
So, I had a weird conversation 3 days ago at work. We're all in a circle, about 5 white guys and me, and they're talking about how bad American women are treating us guys over here. And one guy said, you know, the reason that American women treat us so bad is because they were never taught how to treat us good. And the thing that came to my head that I didn't let out because I was the only black guy there was, and the reason why black people act so bad is because y'all never taught us how to be good. Y'all never taught us how to be peaceful. But we're figuring it out slowly.
I find that a good way to help people who have a different lived experience than you exercise empathy for the struggles that you face that they may not be familiar with is to help them understand. And I was hoping that you could help me understand what anti-white racism looks like. Can you tell me about how you don't know where your ancestors came from because they were kidnapped and enslaved? Or how you don't know what languages they spoke, what spiritual practices they had, or what traditional knowledge that should have been your birthright was lost, not because they were allowed to and wanted to assimilate, but because their enslavers or residential schools forced them to assimilate. Can you tell me about how your ancestors had explosives tied to them while they were building the United States railroads, and then as a show of appreciation, they were excluded from society for nearly 60 years? And could you tell me about the hundreds of towns that were destroyed, like the Black towns and Chinatowns and Japan towns, all destroyed by the same demographic? Can you tell me about the children who were unalived because they...
She always be going in on the YT people. I wonder what's up with her.
Whistled at a woman, or because they floated in a lake a little too far past the segregation line? And can you tell me how it was for your parents and your grandparents to be United States citizens who were put in internment camps on United States soil? Can you tell me how it was for your family to live in the back of their store because people who look like you were not allowed to purchase or rent homes? And could you tell me how it was for your parents and for you to shed blood, to be treated as human, as equal, and to be allowed to simply share the same space as other people? Can you tell me about the conversations that you have to have with your children about police interactions? And could you tell me about how your mother and your sisters and your daughters are concerned about having children because of lack of equitable access to healthcare, because doctors were told that people who look like you can't feel pain? Can you tell me how it feels to know that your ancestors lived here for thousands of years, but when you try to come here, you and your children are put in cages? And can you tell me how it felt when a few years ago, the president...
Introducing the hit product GX4, developed by the American company Taurus, now available
Keep
for
it
purchase
going.
without...
president entertained having people who look like you expelled from the country again. Can you tell me what anti-white racism looks like beyond having your feelings hurt, feeling uncomfortable, and having your sense of superiority challenged? And when you're done telling me what anti-white racism feels like for you, could you please tell me why you're not fighting to end racism for everybody? Yes, this is really important. Asian Americans were redlined from opening businesses in white neighborhoods because white people didn't want Asian Americans operating in their neighborhoods and didn't want Asian Americans profiting off of white people. But because the positionality of Asian Americans is weaponized to oppress black people, Asian Americans were being given loans to open businesses in black communities, even though black people were not able to receive loans to open businesses in their own communities. Obviously, the issue of Asian American owned businesses operating in Black communities is a huge source of tension because it is part of the daily violence faced by Black people in their own communities when they are disrespected as customers, to the literal physical violence, as was the case of the salon in Brooklyn, where a Black woman was locked into the salon by workers while they beat her with broomsticks, to the damage done to the psyches of particularly Black children when they are accused of shoplifting. And this isn't a topic that I'm going to be able to cover in one video, but it is a conversation that I do want to.
This is all cool and stuff, and I appreciate all that, but I'm not in for all the depressive talk. Sounds like something I might need to know. You gonna give me some?
If you're gonna be the man, you gotta approach. Why? Because then now we're gonna be in a matriarch. If you don't want to approach, now women get all the power, and you don't want to give that up. Y'all want to keep in power, so you're gonna have to do the hard stuff. Approach. Don't be afraid to get rejected.
YouTube is good, yo, boys. Today we're gonna tap into girl teaches you how to clap women on their first date. Wild ass video. Let's get to it.
So it has come to my attention that the reason why many men are not dating anymore is because they've simply lost the art of courting. So I'm not a man, but I know what I like as a woman. So I'm going to teach you guys in 3 easy steps how to get a woman like me from the restaurant to the bedroom.
Bring it.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, this pose is crazy. Also, she looks good as
I didn't pay that
hell.
attention.
3 easy steps.
she's
Step
nice.
1, have a plan. So don't what you doing. Don't are you free? Because that tells me you're trying to test the waters,
Okay.
I like a man who assumes the sale. This woman's going to be mine. So we going in with a plan. Are you free this day at this time for this activity? That way you can get a yes or a no. Very simple, and the logistics are already kind of set. So your
Okay.
feelings don't get hurt, and you're not dragging that shit out over text message.
Yo, that's really good advice. I'm not gonna lie, I thought she was gonna say some bullshit. This is really good advice. that first thing, that's really good advice. I'm not even saying that because she's fine. I'm not gonna hold you. Never slide into a girl's DMs or text a girl that you trying to get with and be like, yo, what's the mood tonight? Bro, you're supposed to tell her. Always come straight forward with the plan, bro. If you want to go out to eat with Gold Girl, bro, ask her, yo, are you free on this day to go eat here? I don't know, maybe Cane's or something, maybe Wendy.
I'm very direct. I'm even gonna try to have her talking about sex on the phone. Get it on her mind. See if she's even open. I'm gonna try to hit. I usually don't try to hit the first date though. Usually second, third. But the reason I clicked on this video is because I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna get one on the first date. I don't think I got one on the first date yet.
Easy, you feel me? You don't got Kane's money, and she'll either say yes or no, depending on if she likes you or not. Bro.
Kane's that
I'm not gonna
nasty
lie.
ass
Don't ask a girl
food.
what you doing tonight. Don't ask a girl, yo, what days are you free? She
Sorry,
finna
big
say,
dog,
"I'm
I'm there
down
for
to
her."
build." And if they like you,
Are you free at 6 on Friday for mini golf? I would love to do that with you. And I would say if I like the guy, yes, absolutely. I want to do more than mini golf. But if I don't like the guy, no. Then the guy can take that same approach and just keep on going down the line. It's a numbers game for you guys, If you're going to be the man, you got to approach. Why? Because then now we're going to be in a matriarch. If you don't want to approach, now women get all the power. And you don't want to give that up. Y'all want to keep in power, so you're going to have to do the hard stuff.
See, my thing is to typically stretch it over 2 to 3 dates. Now, my homie just recently was trying to get it on the first date and took a girl to 3 different spots in one night. Spend like $300 and then got upset because she ain't give him none. Caught a little attitude with her. She cut him off. I'm like, bro. She said it was 1 date. He was like, it was 3 dates. And that's what I try to make sure never happens, I mean, I'll take her to one place and that's me hitting it on the first date. But if I take her to a second place on that same day, I'm going to think of it as a second date too because I'm spending money. So I see where my homie was coming from, but
Approach. Don't be afraid to get rejected. Now,
yo, she cooking. She cooking. I'm sorry, she cooking.
step 2, after you have that yes or no, then you're going to take her out. You're going to arrange her transportation, either go and get her or arrange her Uber. Boom. Be a gentleman, do all the gentlemanly stuff. Now, here's where it gets
My lady
good,
typically has a
because
car.
if she likes you, she's going to give you a sign. Your question, the cue is, so,
Hey kids, see you soon.
This is what the family calls a solar eclipse. Except instead of
should we call it a night? Or do you want to get into some more adventures? That's going to tell you everything you need to know. Call it a night. I don't want to sleep with you. I might have to go to work. I feel lukewarm. Maybe we need a second date, but maybe not. More adventures, I'm 1,000% into you.
I like
okay?
that. I like more adventures. She's gonna be like, adventures? What you have in mind? What you have in mind? I mean, I don't typically drink or smoke, but if you're feeling adventurous, I mean, we could go to another spot. We could go to the bowling alley.
Okay, here's a better way of doing it. If you're trying to sleep with a girl first night,
Cook,
I'm gonna
bro.
tell you right now, first off, I say I like eating. I just like eating, and I'm never stressing for money. So look, I always just go the food route. All right, now again, you could do the car link shit, or you could try to slide to their crib. That could work if you're Duke Dennis, but for most guys, it's not gonna work unless that girl really, 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 really likes you, or she's very, 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 very easy. The food route, or maybe like if y'all both drink coffee, the coffee route, just something cheap, chill, where y'all can talk in a neutral site is always the best method. If you want to do that and you want to get the highest percentage. Girls love going on dates, bro. Like, you feel me? That's like 100% method. Now, for the second part she just said, I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie, that's spot on. Really can't add anything past that. I'm not gonna lie.
See how there's clear, we're into it, we're not into it, simple question, and you don't gotta have your ego hurt. Y'all just don't know how to communicate and how to do the courting process. Again, if she don't want to see you, now you do mini golf with the next bitch. Simple. I was gonna say step 3, but I don't even know if there is a step 3. So there it is. How to get a woman like me in a few easy steps. Oh, I will say, have some money. Don't be broke, obviously, because men that have stability in their lives are more nice. Broke men are very mean, and they put you in harm's way. And then also put that shit on. Smell good, look good, like really present well, because the woman is putting her eyebrows on. She getting lash extensions and her coochie waxed for you. So make sure you put that shit on so it's equal effort. Intentionality is so important. I can't stand a man who only wants a convenient bitch, convenient date, convenient experience. I love a man who loves intentionality. So that's how you get a woman like me.
Okay. Low key, I thought she was finna just say some bullshit. She low key cooked. I'm not gonna hold you, bro.
I could dig it. I like it. I could dig it. Got me here thinking about the last date I went on. Took two dates last time, but she was ready. She told me, "Hey,